10-foot-high tsunami. For example, here is where is modeled to be inundated in Lincoln City, Crescent City, and Port Angeles. However, I must note that at the aforementioned location where a 115-foot-high tsunami was suggested, some models suggest that tsunami heights could theoretically reach even higher, perhaps slightly upwards of 200 feet. Entire coastal towns would be inundated, with water soon flooding areas up to 10 miles inland, with the key factor being the area's topography. Tens of thousands more casualties would occur during this timeframe. Multiple tsunami waves would strike across multiple hours, but as this was occurring there would be a risk of another disaster. While not a certainty, it is reported that a single or group of major toxic chemical leaks could occur along a stretch of the Willamette River from industrial facilities, which in a worst-case scenario could kill 2,500 and injure 17,000 in Multnomah County. As the tsunami continued to expand across the Pacific Ocean, it would bring 10 to 20-foot waves to much of Hawaii and almost certainly damage Hilo, and cause 10-foot waves to inundate part of several low-lying communities in southern Alaska, including Kodiak and Cordova. I want to briefly note that a 10-foot-high tsunami is vastly more dangerous than a 10-foot-high wave, as unlike a wave, a tsunami is more like a temporary yet sustained sea level rise. Every area shaded in orange and red would be damaged by the tsunamis, which could cause fatalities in Samoa, northern Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, the east coast of the Philippines, Sulawesi and North Maluku, Taiwan, the Kuril Islands and Kamchatka. Select areas of Japan would witness damaging tsunami waves up to 6 meters or 20 feet in height. By the time the tsunami waves diminished to unnoticeable levels, the damage and casualties are estimated to be as follows: 16,000 to 65,000 deaths, 25,000 to 30,000 injuries, damage estimate 100,000 homeless, and damages of $270 billion US. I want to add my opinion that I personally consider the $270 billion figure to possibly be a damage underestimate. This figure includes the additional damage the expected largest aftershock would generate, which would likely register between a magnitude 7.8 and 8.1, along with the thousands of lesser magnitude aftershocks which would occur. However, even as the rate of aftershocks declined, effects on volcanoes within several weeks, trouble could be brewing at another type of natural hazard, volcanoes. While uncommon, if MMI 5 or higher shaking occurs at a volcano which is already fairly close to erupting, it can trigger a chain reaction which results in a volcanic eruption within several days, months following a major earthquake. In 1700, this killed 3,000 due to eruptions of the Ceux Cone in Canada, while in the United States the Glacier Peak volcano soon erupted. While no Cascade Range volcanoes are currently primed for an eruption, a future hypothetical event could trigger a medium-sized eruption of Mount St. Helens, although this would be much smaller than its 1980 eruption. Of course, everything I just described is if a magnitude 9.0 to 9.3 earthquake occurs. The damage is likely to be much less widespread and severe if only a magnitude 7.5 event occurs. Regardless, there is about a 1 in 250 chance of a major Cascadia megathrust earthquake striking each year. EarthquakeSim sponsorship. As a final note, I would like to thank the EarthquakeSim YouTube channel for sponsoring this elongated video. He thought that insufficient coverage existed on this subject specifically on YouTube, which is why he sponsored today's video. EarthquakeSim frequently uploads content revolving around earthquake damage simulations and earthquake education, so I recommend that you check out his channel as mentioned in the video description and pinned comment. If you made it to the end, I appreciate it, as it takes an absurdly